There's something about the chaos though of summing, of just the randomness in channels that adds a width and depth, all that generic stuff that everyone talks about. But
Right.
it's true. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And the big thing with the Equinox is I have a really old one. It doesn't look anything like the modern ones. I bought it from a roadie of a band we worked with years ago because Rich had been testing one and I loved the way it sounded. So I just we happened to be working with a band and they were like, oh, our roadie has one of those. He's selling it. And I bought it from him. But the transformers and they're just sound a certain way. And I've got, and especially in the bottom end, like they have just this big extension. And it's almost like it is an EQ curve, basically. And I've gotten very used to that EQ curve. So when I'm not using it, I find that I'm like struggling a bit. I'm like, why does this not sound like it should, And then I plop it through there. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's why, because it's such a big part of the sound. And that being said, so the Burl converter as well. Like those things are massively colored.
Yeah.
So that, for me, that's what it is. And it's just because this is how I decided to work. I wasn't like, I'm all going to be, I mixed on consoles for years when I was still working at Henson and obviously when we were working for Rich. Mm-hmm. And I listened to back some of my old console mixes and I love them. Mm-hmm. But they just feel different because it's just a completely different process. This is just where I ended up. And I'm sure if I would have started in the box, I would have found a way that I really liked. I think, there's obviously no right or wrong way to do it.
Yeah,
I just
totally
have created this workflow over the last 10 plus years of doing it this way, and I like it. Yes. And every time I try to change, it's a struggle. So I just keep it how it is,
Yeah, I love how like I get so many answers about these things, like people that want to like stay on top of the trends, want to get in the box, are interested in Atmos, people who don't give two F's about that, and like it's like really like you got to just do what you enjoy,
Exactly. Like if you're not having fun at the end of the day, then why are you doing it? Like it just doesn't, like who cares? Like if you're like recording to a Porta studio and that's fun to you and it sounds good, then just do that. Like, and there are people that do that, who cares?